Okay. Versus Irelia, you have Ignite, she has TP. I usually don't cheese versus Irelia anymore, but you can try to do it. Okay, we're trying it. Let's see what you did wrong here. Okay, so you prepped it correctly actually, initially. You queued at 127 like you're supposed to, exactly. But the point of doing that is so that now, if you look at your cooldowns, now you can queue and prepare the normal queues without putting your passive on cooldown, so you have it for the next drag through. So that's why we're queuing at 127, so we can queue now as well. But you forgot about this important second queue, because now when she walks in, all you have, like you don't have any leftover normal queues in a, like to add to your damage. Still probably gonna work. She's not full HP. Okay, so what I like to do if the enemy might have bone plating is to attack her once when she walks in and then use the drag through and then walk with her, so that you just wait out the bone plating and then you use boom 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 once the bone plating is gone. And also you have to work on your kiting, man. So every time after you attack, this is true in lane, this is true whenever, between your auto attacks there's always a better place to be standing. So if you just press auto attack like this, your champ is gonna stay as long as you're still in range. But what you wanna be doing here is like attacking, and then instantly once the damage goes off, you start walking, right? Because now you see how you're out of range for that last auto attack. It's because you didn't move between your auto attacks. So you should auto move, auto move, auto move, and then you would have been in front of her even, and she would have been half HP, and you could have just punished her way, way, way harder if you just properly kited. That's what kiting is. Okay. So here we have the chance to do something cool. So you see how these minions are all dying, these 6? They're gonna die in like 1 second from now without any interaction from you guys. So if you just stand here, like at the edge of range where you will get the experience from these minions dying, but you zone her out of experience from these 3 by like scaring her away, right? Then you would be ahead so much XP, like almost half. You're almost half to level 2, right? And she's gonna be 0 in XP if you make sure you get these experiences and she doesn't. But no, you let her in range, and then you're even in XP right now. Okay, let's see if you make some mistake here. Yeah, so you make a big mistake here. What do you think it is? It's that you're tanking the minions. That's not only does that give you like less HP, you take extra damage you're not supposed to from this wave here, but also that means since these minions are focusing you and your minions are gonna be focusing their minions, that means that increases the pushing speed towards them, because their minions are not hurting your minions, so they're gonna stay full HP. You see here how like you taking this much minion aggro makes it so that your minions bunch up and focus these few minions down together. So it's gonna push way, way too hard here because you, for some reason, took a bunch of damage. Oh, hello Petu. We're doing a replay review right now. We're probably gonna do 2 of them actually, and probably end the stream then. But we might play 1 more game. We'll see. But thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Alright, so another thing, when you see that you're about to hit level 2, if you keep an eye on your experience bar here, you can see that you're gonna hit level 2 once this minion dies, right? So what I recommend you at least try to do is to walk up straight to the enemy and see if you can get into taunt range before you hit level 2. Because right now, if you hit this and get level 2, then the enemy is always gonna see that, oh, Shen hit level 2, I have to be careful, I have to walk back. But a lot of the time, if you walk up while still being level 1, the enemy is not gonna respect you, and then when you hit level 2, it's already too late for them, and you have a free taunt. So always try to go for that, because now you see how you run up. Oh, she was even in range, and you pressed Q for no reason. There's a lot of mistakes here, but let's focus on the biggest ones here. So you never want to Q for no reason. Never want to Q for no reason. You always want to either improve your blade positioning, or you want to take a good trade using it. But here you don't really improve the blade position, and now it's on cooldown, so that if you manage to taunt her now in the next couple of seconds, you won't be able to press Q for a drag through, right? Even if you have normal Qs, they're not even close to as efficient as the drag through Qs. Have a good stream. I'm terribly tired for working on my thesis and just went 0-10 on River Shen versus the boss. Feels bad, but you'll get them next time. So, like, I don't feel like you know how strong you are actually. Like, and you don't know how much the level disadvantage or level advantage actually means. Like, when you're level 2 and the enemy is level 1, as long as you hit a taunt, it's always gonna work out for you pretty much. Even if you misplace in some other ways. Maybe even don't get the drag through because you fuck up, or you fail your kiting, or you take minion damage. It doesn't matter. It's always gonna be in your favor if you land a taunt when you're level 2 and the enemy is level 1. So just try to look for it more. Okay. So here as well. Like, she's walking way too close for you to right now. If you take one step, it's very likely your taunt is gonna land. Just try to take a step forward and see if you're still in range. Like, just taunt her. There, you're definitely in range. Just go for it. What are you scared of? Look at your HP, look at her HP, and the level advantage. It's just so omega free. You won't even take a tower shot if you go for it. But even if you had to take a tower shot, you would still be going for it because it's so good when you're level up. That's how important levels are. If there's one thing you take away from this review, it's to keep an eye on the level you are and the enemy are. Especially levels 1 to 3, because then not only does level ups give you base stats, but they also give you an extra ability, right? Which, yeah. Just taunt her, man! Just... Okay. Now you're level 3, so you still have a full level advantage. Okay. Normally I would say to you something like, when the wave is slow pushing around here and the enemy is super close to tower, you usually want to shove it in quickly to make it bounce back. But that kind of stuff I won't even focus on with you, right? Because you have way bigger problems to focus about. You have to learn the basic damage of your champion. Just try to play more aggressively and try to learn your damage. That's the first thing you should focus on. Then we can fix the wave management stuff and things like that. But use level advantages and learn your damage, because while you're making a tons of like smaller mistakes, I think focusing on the bigger mistakes for you is the way to go every time here. You take a tower shot for no reason, okay. Okay, so one thing you can do when you have a big wave under tower like this and it's a bit away from the tower is to just walk up here to her, like stand pretty much inside of her and then press Q, and if she ever attacks you, that means she will take the aggro from all of these casters, right? They will start auto-attacking her. And then you press a drag through, right? And auto-attack her once, and then right after your auto-attack, you taunt out of tower. That way, you will take maximum of 1 tower shot, while she will take a bunch of minion damage, and impart Q and taunt damage, and you can block the tower shot with your passive as well. So it's super worth to be pressuring the enemy under tower when you're playing Shen and you have a big wave. So this was another one of those Qs which didn't really do anything. You just press Q once in a while for no reason, because it's what you're used to doing, or maybe it helps with your last hitting. But you need to think about your Q usage as well. Okay, so here's the same thing. Instead of walking up and pressing Q, you should walk like so that she's in between you and your blade. That's always should be in your mind. And get the drag through and attack her once. She's clearly behind you even. That's perfect. So you attack her once, taunt out, and then attack her once again once she walks out to tower. Okay. Okay, so here the waves are even in terms of HP, but they have crashed on her side of the lane. You see here? Here is in the middle of the lane, where it's completely neutral. And as long as waves are even, but they crash on their side of the lane like this, that means that it's automatically gonna push towards you now. Why? Because the next wave is gonna come and start hitting your minions before your wave hits their minions, because it's on their side. And whenever you have slow push the first strong like big wave into tower and it's pushing back towards you, then you usually wanna not push like you did here. You pushed like minions that aren't dying yet. It's better to just last it at the last second, and whenever she walks up to last it something right now, you just punish her with a drag through. You're also a full level up right now until she gets her next level, which is her next minion. So you should be focusing on trading right now. Like right now. You can even taunt in, remember. That's one of the times where I actually want you to taunt in aggressively. Is when you're up a level, because then you have a small window where you can trade when you're level 4 she's level 3, but if she's allowed to just sit back right now and hit level 4, that window is gone for a little bit. I have bad Irelia traumas? Well, that's probably because you make a mistake and you died to her in some of your games, and then you take away the lesson that, oh, Irelia is OP, I can't beat Irelia, Irelia is too strong, and then you don't try to punish her in future games, even during the points where you're stronger, which leads to her getting to level 6 for free and just cheating on you. So you being scared is literally making you die more to Irelia. You're supposed to be aggressive early, and then you get ahead so that she can't beat you level 6, because then you're ahead, right? You maybe 50% of Irelia in gold are Smurfs. I don't think that's true at all. But even if you're versus a Smurf, you still have to play aggressive and test your limits, like, and learn your damage. Because if you just sit back like this every game, the enemy gets the free scale and you lose your strongest point in the game as Shen, which is levels 1 to 5. So you need to like be aggressive. Even if you're not gonna like play everything perfectly the first time, you're gonna learn from it when you fuck up and you're aggressive. Right here, you learned nothing from this game probably, because you just sit back and do nothing during your power spikes. Alright, let's end it there.